think that
Hello and good afternoon, Sunway. You're listening to Fillet O Friday only on Sun4U Radio, the brightest campus radio. Hi guys, it's Eunice here, and the show you're tuning in is Hot Take Highway, where I bring you the fastest and freshest campus news ride with no speed limits. So for the first news of the day is Team Sunway is blazing the track with glory. At the Rossley Track and Field Circuit 2, our athletes sprinted, jumped, and threw their way to 3 gold medals, 1 silver, and 2 new tournament records. A standing ovation for these student athletes. Your dedication, discipline, and drive have made Sunway proud. Keep chasing greatness. Go Team Sunway! There's a talk on Xanthus and Borneo published by Sunway University Press where you can have the unique opportunity to meet all three editors or authors on the same continent. It's happening on the 9th of July starting from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. located at the Fast Gallery Level 1 at Sunway University. Balas Venkovic from Hungary, Christopher Higgs from Borneo Perantis, and Tamas Kis from Center for English Language Studies from Sunway University will offer some personal insights into different aspects of the book, followed by the panel discussion that is moderated by Edgar Yao, who will also invite questions from the audience. Sunway University Press will offer the books for a special price during the event, so don't miss out. You can collect all three editors' autographs. For more information, you can find more at our highway highlight only on our Instagram, Sun4U Official. Looking to be inspired by the power of photography and storytelling? Join us at Sunway University for Campus with a Conscience, a thought-provoking series featuring voices that shape our world. This 10th of July from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at JC2. Level 1, we welcome Shadiq Ashraf, Visual Director, Photojournalist, and Leica Malaysia Ambassador, as he shares his journey from street to state. Explore how a single frame can document the spirit of a nation, from urban streets to political power. Moderated by Maslisa Zainuddin from Sunway School of Media Studies and Social Sciences, this is your chance to witness powerful narratives in action. Admission is free, so all are welcome. Come be part of the generation that makes a difference. For more information, please visit our highway highlight only on our Instagram. Curious about what it really takes to be a counselor? Join us for Charting the Future of Counseling, a clinical mental health workshop at Sunway University on 30th July 2025 from 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. Get insights from top names in academia, industry, and clinical practice, including Dato Professor Si Ching Mei, Professor Siti Aisha Hassan, Mr. Justin Victor, and Mr. Raymond Lee. Moderated by Associate Professor Dr. Oi Pei Boon, this session will explore real-world counseling journeys, key skills, and what a day in the life of a counselor really looks like. Whether you are just starting out or considering the field, this session offers encouragement, practical tools, and inspiration. Don't miss the chance to discover your path in counseling. To register and for more inquiries, do visit our highway highlight only on Sun4U Official. How healthy is your relationship with food? Join us for Food for Thought, Understanding Our Relationship with Food, an insightful forum exploring how we think, feel, and connect with what we eat. This event is organized by PCV and Mind Matters, happening on 16th July 2025 from 2 to 4 p.m. at the rooftop terrace at Sunway University. Let's learn how to build healthier habits and a more mindful approach to food together. Registration closes at 15 July 11:59 p.m. and you do need to pay a 5 ringgit deposit to register this event. I encourage you to not miss this eye-opening conversation. Again, for more information, you can visit our highway highlight on Sun4U Official. Ever thought about the durian as more than just a fruit? A groundbreaking research project funded by the Malaysian Fundamental Research Grant Scheme is exploring how durian farming can be sustainable, ecological, and even post-humanist. Titled Developing a Sustainable Model for Durian as a Commercial Crop in Malaysia, this study dives into the future of Malaysia's beloved king of fruits. Leading the charge are Professor Gaik Cheng Koo, Deputy Director of Research at Sunway University, whose work bridges food, culture, and environmental sustainability, and Dr. Rosaslina Idrus, a scholar with deep insight into Malaysian society. Together, they are rethinking durian production beyond just economics, towards ecology and ethics. Do you want to learn more? If so, join them at Gerak Budaya this Saturday starting from 2 p.m. up until 5 p.m. for a fascinating discussion. For more information, feel free to visit our Highway Highlight as well as their official Instagram account for Faculty of Social Sciences. How do we define reality in today's unpredictable world? Join Dr. Hermi V. Articona on July 9th at Design Studio 3 at 11 a.m. for a thought-provoking talk contextualizing social constructionism in research. Explore how social interactions shape our truth and tackle the ethical and methodological challenges of studying a world with constant flux, perfect for researchers, students, and curious minds. Open to all Sunway students and staff. See you there! Calling all foodies. The Cordon Bleu Sunway's top culinary students invite you to a 3-course dinner experience, just 100 ringgit per person. Savor exquisite dishes crafted by future chefs as the Escape Andre Cointreau every Wednesday and Thursday starting 23rd of July. Only 5 couples per time slot. Book fast at amandalaliasunway.edu.my. For more information and update, please stay tuned on our socials, which is Sun4U Official. Don't miss the delicious finale. And this concludes for today's Hot Take Highway. I'm Eunice, and stay tuned as we will be going in for a short break. You are tuning in to Fillet O Friday only on Sun4U Radio.
Okay, you're listening to Fillet O Friday here on Sun4U Radio. Welcome back. Now, in a world where big headlines and big personalities dominate the mainstream media, many stories often go unnoticed. Welcome to Unscripted Threads, where we sit down and talk to real people and listen to their stories. No scripts, no spotlights, just voices that matter. My name is Jin.
Hi, my name is Joy. But with a sore throat, this is why I have a deep voice today.
Okay, so before we start, we have to quickly say that Joy is not actually here today. This is not Joy with a sore throat. Today we have our a special host, a special guest host. It's Liang, if you remember from last week.
I'm Liang. I'm the special host.
Now, from the land of the biblical world to the cookie we know to be famous, it is my pleasure to welcome today's guest, Amos.
Hello.
Okay,
It's so fun to be here.
Amos, welcome to the show. How are you feeling today?
Feeling peachy.
Peachy. Oh, it's the first time anyone has ever said that on our show, I think.
It's alright.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's
Now-
okay.
Okay, it's a tradition at this point to ask this question. So how did you come to Sunway today? How was the journey?
How did I arrive, or how did I come to be in this place?
No, like how did you actually just physically arrive today?
I came through BRT.
Oh, so
Yeah.
smooth journey?
Not smooth.
No smooth.
Yeah, quite sweaty.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I can relate to that a little bit, yeah. But overall, this journey is okay. Because normally our guests, they'll drive here, they complain about the parking a little bit.
I don't
to
have
us.
my license yet. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry, Jin.
damn.
You want to fetch me back later?
No, I don't have a car actually, so I don't think I can do that. Yeah. Now, okay, today's show is about you, Amos, and so let's get right into it, Amos. So, could you please first introduce yourself to the listeners? Tell them a little bit about, where you come from.
Okay.
How old are you? Maybe
Okay.
single or not?
Okay.
If you want.
All right. Hi guys, I'm Amos. Some people call me Jingyi. I am currently about to turn 22 this December. And
Still very long away, but okay.
Yep, still very long away. And I am not from Sunway. I am currently still majoring in digital illustration in quite a nearby school,
You can say it.
the One Academy.
Yeah.
And someone from my high school invited me, so here I am.
Yeah.
A good friend.
Yes, of course. Do you wanna tell people where you're from, Amos, or you?
I am currently residing
Residing.
in Puncak Alam.
My goodness.
Yes,
Puncak Alam.
which Jin still cannot figure out where it is.
No,
He
it's-
still thinks it's in Shah Alam
Yeah,
somewhere.
it's so far away. I mean,
Oh, I never heard that
Liang,
before.
do you know Puncak Alam?
I don't know.
You don't
Oh,
know.
what is Puncak Alam?
Exactly.
Can
See,
you,
I-
can you like describe where it is?
yeah,
It is
like
at-
roughly on the map.
It is at the corner of Kuala Selangor,
Wow.
The corner of
but
Kuala
it's still
Selangor?
reachable through the Subang Highway.
It's like the border of Selangor State.
Yep,
Oh,
not
so
wrong.
so if you drive here, how
Oh yeah.
how,
How long would it
how
take?
long?
You
It
know?
takes around 30 to 45 minutes, and when it's
That
jammed,
doesn't sound too long, Amos. I don't know.
yeah, because it's the Subang Airport Highway.
Oh,
Yeah, you can just like
does it not end at the airport?
it doesn't end at the airport.
I swear it does. It's called the Subang Airport Highway for a reason.
But yeah, it does connect to it. It's not
Ah.
directly beside, but I don't drive. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's almost a miracle I still know so much.
Yeah, actually. But yeah, point is, Amos is from very far away, so it's a miracle he's here today. So we should applaud that,
Yeah.
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 Now, okay, Amos, let's go back to the beginning. Okay.
Sure.
To the beginning.
Now, first, could you tell us maybe a little bit about your childhood?
Childhood.
Yeah, give us like what was it like growing up?
I grew up in a family of 4. Wow. I have 2
Yes.
parents.
Oh,
Shocker.
yes, yes.
And I have an older brother. We were close. We still are close.
Oh, we were. Oh shit.
Okay.
Yes.
We are still
it's
very
exclusive
close,
or something?
and we still hang out almost every day. And
Because he
you
has to
know-
send you every day to school, something.
Oh yeah. That's
yeah, you
why-
cannot
that's why.
expect like a 7-year-old to drive himself to school.
7-year-old. You're 21, Amos. Come on.
I mean,
22.
okay, like right now, yeah,
Yeah.
he still fetches me now and then. Fetches me home.
Yeah.
Not exactly
So you're-
fetches me to my campus, but yeah.
Maybe this is the secret. You keep your family close.
Ooh,
You
yeah.
don't get a license.
Don't get a
You
license.
need to wake yourself up and need to suit the salaryman's schedule. You need to arrive at school quite early in the morning. Yeah, something like that.
So, what school did you attend, Amos, for primary school?
Primary school, really
Yeah, we'll get-
interrogating me.
Yeah, we're
this
getting
one.
into it, Amos. yeah.
Okay, sure. I came from SJKC Damansara. Good school. I still think it's an amazing school, even though it is quite unrecognizable now because of all the. You know how it is when you graduate, they
Ye-
start building the new stuff that you
Yeah.
always wanted them to
But
build.
you were at the campus in Bandar Utama, right? Not camp. I say campus. Was so fancy. Yeah, campus. No, you were at the Bandar Utama one because there's two.
The Tropicana one, yeah. As in like the one you know.
Right.
The one
it's
in
not the
Bandar
one
Utama.
next to the highway.
Not the one next to the highway.
Yeah.
That one's a little bit. I don't want to say
It's also
run
called.
down.
But it's also called Damansara. Right?
Yeah, but it's the exact same school emblem also.
It's quite interesting actually.
Yeah.
That one is called. A fun fact: I was supposed to go to that school, the one next to the highway, not your
Okay.
one actually, because my parents saw that school. It's been there for a long time.
Oh.
The school is actually called Paisa Law.
Yeah.
I think I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah, Paisa Law. It's not Damansara lah. Yeah.
But it's not exactly like SJKC, right? It's just SJK.
Is it not? I thought it is.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's in your school.
Oh, my school. Yeah, it is
SJKC.
Causeway. It is still a very vernacular Chinese school. Yeah,
It's a nice school. His school. I've seen his school.
quite messed up actually. A lot of the
not-
stuff that went on in there. Yeah.
Oh,
Messed up.
messed up.
Mm.
How do you like describe a school messed up?
It's not the students or the teachers' fault, but sometimes the management in there is very terrible. This one time we were studying for finals. I don't know if this was standard 4 or 5, but we had like a stray dog issue.
Stray dogs.
Take a
Wow.
guess how they dealt with the stray dogs.
Oh, okay. Is
okay.
it family friendly?
It is not family
Okay,
friendly.
so
Okay.
but I think we know what you're trying
We
to
could
say.
we could hear the noises from
Wow.
yeah, and especially because our school is like built in like a U-shaped fashion, so the echoes is very loud.
no.
So
Wow.
we all had a little bit of a traumatizing event that day, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then of course after the Paisala Primary School, we both went to the same school.
The amazing SMKDU.
Yes, SMKDU.
Yeah.
So are you a scout there?
Oh, scouts.
Oh, Amos, a
Are you a
scout.
scout
what
there?
a
Amos-
throwback, right?
Yeah, Amos has the most famous scout story I think
Are we,
in
okay.
our year. You know.
Oh, you are a scout. Oh,
Yeah.
and then you have a famous story. Can you tell us what
Yeah,
the story
what is that
about?
story, Amos? It's quite funny we're talking about this.
So we do have like annual camps for like the new recruits, and essentially when I was a recruit and when I was new to a lot of the things that's happening,
yes.
one of my petrol members that I was handling couldn't handle splitting or like dealing with raw chicken, like a whole chicken.
Yes.
So
Do you want to expose them, Amos? No, or something?
no. Why?
Do I know this person actually? I don't think.
I think you do.
Okay.
But you're not familiar with. I don't think you remember her anymore. But it
Okay.
was.
Her? Is it her?
She came to me,
Yeah, our scouts
and
are
then
next.
I was assistant. What's it called?
Patrol leader.
Assistant petrol leader, and then I did what I could. I thought I cut out most of the meat, and
Yeah.
then I was like, just get rid of the whole thing. Since we have the meat, and apparently it was not enough. What I did, and that got me into trouble. And it was quite public, and anyone who was in there kind of knew, and started calling me chicken thrower, this and that lah. But looking back, it's still funny in a way.
Yeah, basically, Amos, you're not allowed to throw away food as a scout. Amos threw away
Yeah,
chicken,
yeah.
and that became the big deal. Everyone was talking about
Hey,
it.
we celebrated the
Yeah,
anniversary.
the whole year of talking about Amos.
Yeah.
Hey, how's the chicken, Amos?
I think I heard this
Yeah.
story before.
Yeah, from me. Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I
but
told-
but the most funniest part, he
What?
didn't say, right. Do the
oh, you did the
petrol.
parade, didn't you?
Parade lah.
Oh,
The
you
parade
did
part.
parade for the chicken as well, didn't you?
Oh shit! Yo, I wiped that part out of my mind.
Ah.
but you did-
Embarrassing
but
way.
you did, right?
I did. I was like
What was the actual thing you said? Do you remember?
something like, oh, I
I
threw
can-
away chicken, something like that. I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
The-
yeah.
That scouter had like beef with me, man. I don't know what he was on, but he
Yeah.
definitely did something. The
Because-
fact that I don't remember it.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, I was surprised you don't remember because I still because it's like you have to shout it and you're walking around the basketball court. I guess because we were by that point we were quite sleep deprived.
Yeah, we were tired.
Yeah, it was morning, so it was
Shit, dude.
Oh man, it was a long day.
Oh, you're bringing me back some core memories that I don't want to
Yeah.
remember.
So, hey, these
I
are
would
good
never
memories.
throw my chicken away.
Yeah, I would never
Right.
throw my chicken away. Maybe
Shit.
something like that. Something like that. Now, Amos,
Okay.
Let's move past high school now, because that was a long time ago. Now we are old men now.
Fun times.
So what did you do after high school, Amos?
What did I do after high
Where
school?
did you go? Why did you pursue?
In case if y'all didn't know, we graduated during COVID. So what I did
Yeah, we
after
did,
high
we did,
school
to be
was
fair.
I slept
Oh,
every day, and I was actually quite healthy during COVID times. Everyone was on the workout train. Very.
you were healthy.
Oh, were you not healthy,
No,
Mr. Jin?
no, I don't think I was.
Yikes.
Also, you were healthy then.
Yeah, I'm not healthy now. Not as healthy. I mean, I think my peak in terms of health was high school and after COVID. And then when I started uni, which was when COVID started to like dial down a bit with the rules and the regulations, I signed up for the One Academy, and it was online class at first. So it was nice, spending a lot of alone time. And I think to my high school friends, I kind of disappeared for like almost a year.
Oh
right?
yeah, you definitely did.
Yeah, because the first year of the one was quite demanding in terms of what you have to do and what you have to hand in, and the amount of things that they throw at you. Yeah, so I technically disappeared for like an entire year because I was starting. We have 3 years in our entire course. We would call the first year like the prepping. Like you start prepping yourself in the first year. A lot of people call it the foundation year, but we don't have a foundation. It's just what we call it.
Prepping.
Yeah, you just start prepping for what's coming for year 2 and year 3. That's why a lot of people came in. They know what they're doing, but I'm more like I'll see what I can do. Like build the bridge as you're on the bridge kind of thing. Yeah. So that was fun. I was doing okay, not bad, consistent. And then year 2 came and there was something else.
I think you haven't mentioned that. What course did you take?
Oh right.
Yeah.
I'm taking majoring in digital illustration for games and movies. But the second part is not exactly specific.
But for games and movies.
Yeah.
So it's not really for games and movies. You just draw.
You can go for games and movies, but you can do other things also. To really summarize it, you sit in front of a laptop or a PC and you draw. You draw what you like. You draw what the industry wants you to draw. Essentially, we are being trained to go into the workforce. Right after diploma, you don't have to. The diploma is somewhat of like, they set the standard that after this diploma, you are good to go to work in the industry.
So it's not like a degree lah. So it's a bit different.
You can go for the degree, but
You don't need it.
yeah, it's
necessarily?
not like required exactly.
So I think I assume that you draw a lot, right? Yeah, I assume that you draw a lot, right? A lot.
Yes.
So what is your favorite piece that you have ever created? Can you like
my
describe a
favorite
bit?
piece. Up until now, most of my pieces were my assignments, I guess, and I feel like the piece that I am most the project that I enjoyed doing the most was one of the projects where they tasked us to design a whole new IP. Essentially, it's more like getting you ready to work in actual future projects. So you get to create your own characters, the background. You get to create the world setting, and you get to do your own thing, like essentially. Yeah. So I had fun. The lecturer that I was being taught, she was really fun. Shout out to Joanne Poon. You're an amazing lecturer.
Oh,
I love you very, very much.
Oh,
Oh,
Joanne.
wow, Joanne, lecturer Joanne.
Yes. And she encouraged us a lot, helped us with our burnout issues, with our confidence issues. She essentially, the whole thing is to kind of like spark your creativity in a bit, to see how you want to like tackle a certain so they gave us like a title, it's the apocalypse, how are you gonna deal with
Oh.
it? Yeah, so your IP must be apocalypse related.
Wow,
Yeah.
interesting. So Amos, let's dial it back a little bit.
My
quickly.
bad.
No, not dial it back. I mean,
It's okay.
let's go back in time. A little
Oh,
bit.
right.
I don't know why dial it back. You get it, like you got like
Yes.
clock down. No.
Go back to the past.
Yeah. I want to know, like, where did this sort of like passion came from for art? I've always known you. I guess you were always kind of drawing, but I never thought of it as your passion. So where did it come from?
Fair.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was if you met me in my primary school, I was more of in the quirky bunch because it's so cringy.
Quirky? Well,
Cool.
It's because back in primary school where you would have those like you pass around a book and you like write things down. This and that.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay lah,
We had
yeah.
a whole friend group for that, but instead of writing things down, we were drawing in a way, like a small comic book storyline.
That's kind of cool.
It's
quite
cool,
cool.
but then when you realize that the only people who can draw in that friend group were like 2 people, and we were just like doing whatever you wanted to,
Mm.
one of my friends, the other friend, he started shipping himself with someone else, and me with another person, and it was quite messy. We had fun. It wasn't serious, but it did lead to some pretty funny exchanges. Okay, and then from that, I started
Oh yes.
doodling this and that. I knew that I liked drawing, and my family background were like art related in a way. My dad, he studied at MIA. That's how he met my mom.
MIA is.
MIA is what? Malaysia's Institution of Art, if I'm not wrong.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, and they met there, and I don't think that's why they were not as confused when I told them. I
Pick
guess
you
that's
up.
what I want to do. Yeah, and they weren't like as shocked. That the son's not going to be a doctor or like an accountant.
Yeah. But to be fair, your brother is an architect, which is kind of artsy.
It is art related, I would say, because he was the artsy person before I was, and I would say my brother Justin was the one who brought me into that
really
part of
okay.
the interest.
Never
Yeah,
knew
yeah.
about that about him. Huh?
Yeah, he still he does like take art seriously in a way where he would occasionally do not occasionally, he would frequently draw his surroundings. He has like a few sketchbooks that's like just him sketching and drawing wherever he went, like a random mamak
Wow,
that he
that's
found.
quite
cool.
nice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
quite nice, yeah.
Yeah, he has an
Most of us
account.
spend time on our phones. Your brother's drawing.
I mean, we all spend time like on our phones, but I guess most of my time it's either gaming or like looking on Pinterest to like see what's good to draw.
Yeah, Pinterest.
But I feel like a lot of my gen mates or like my batch mates, they all take art like seriously, but I was the doodling kind. In high school, I was just doodling because drawing wasn't exactly the cool thing, I guess. Not exactly like people would laugh at you.
We had one friend who was very good at drawing. He was quite.
And he made it his own personality, and when you want to compete in a way, you want to be put in the same group as that guy who's like, he's really good at what he does. You just feel a little bit inferior, and you just like, oh no, I'm not taking it seriously. He's taking it seriously. I'm not taking it seriously.
Right.
So I'm just like the doodle guy. But then when I graduated, I had to, look at myself and figure out what I want to do, and I cannot imagine myself sitting in front of like a laptop doing like someone's taxes or
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah.
So
we're art students. Yeah.
and then I signed up to be someone who sits in front of the laptop
D-
but
draw-
does
but
something
draw,
else.
but
Yeah.
draw.
What is your favorite genre, by the way, of art to draw?
I do like Western comics and Western
Ooh.
animation. As
So-
much as I love like Japanese anime and manga, I feel like I gravitate towards Western art more.
Okay. So like you're talking like DC, Marvel kind of vibes.
Yeah, DC, Marvel. Yeah, I'm like the cool guy, bro.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it's nice. I feel like I like the workflow more in a way. If you want to get into it, you wouldn't be as stressed out as the Japanese side. They are quite known for their work
Yeah,
ethic.
understand. Yeah.
You know, suicide rates are high, but you know.
Okay. So next
Moving
question.
on,
Next
moving
question.
on.
Do you think that being an artist, the become a full-time job in Malaysia is a sustainable job? Yeah.
Really confronting question here. We have this running joke in my friend group and most TOA people. We would just like, I guess after this McDonald's. It doesn't mean after this we go eat McDonald's. It's saying that after this we'll be working in McDonald's.
Put the fries into the bag.
Put the fries in the bag, bro. And then we would
Very
also
artistically put the fries in
it's
the
either
bag.
that or like, my guy fun go sell chicken rice. But okay, jokes aside, I think the art industry in Malaysia is slowly booming in a way. The art industry in general, globally, is still on the rise. With like recently, if you want to talk about movies, it used to be like, oh, Disney, DreamWorks, and then suddenly, there was a new wave of like a style that came out that was more Spider-Verse, that was more arcane. And then the industry realized, oh, we can make cool things now. And then they started making a lot of more cool things, and like a lot of people were inspired, and like they started to like, it's more like everybody's influencing each other. So but in Malaysia it's more, it is still booming in a way where there's a lot of studios here that get outsourced for different projects that are like major projects. One of my lecturers, he worked in a few like AAA games as like, some they were working as the trailer people, some they were designing characters, but they weren't exactly Malaysia specifically. We have a few good studios here, but it's more like they're working on their own projects, and it's not exactly like globally recognized sometimes, but there's a scene going on.
Okay, so unfortunately we are running out of time, so we're gonna jump quickly to like just a few. There's a few sort of like fun, light-hearted questions, maybe just to get to the end a little bit. But so first one, Amos, if your life was a TV show, what would it be called?
Live TV show. What would it be called?
The Life of Amos.
No. No. It would be
The Morjing Way.
What is that?
Not so famous. Maybe.
Oh, hey, that's a great name.
Yeah.
Not so famous.
Okay.
The not so famous Amos.
That's so cringy. But yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. Go to fun fact about yourself.
Go to fun fact
Other
about
than the chicken thrower.
Yeah, other than the chicken thrower.
I hate that that's become a thing. Other than chicken throwing, fun fact about myself, I have a bald spot from a scar.
Oh,
from
my
a
goodness.
scar at the top of my head. It was from when I was a kid. I was at church, and this one kid, he was fixing the LCD screen, and then when he jumped down, his teeth landed right on top of my head.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And
Damn, you're starting the male boarding thing early, man. It's okay. It's okay.
that's why my hair looks a bit flat. But it could be the 20 plus year old male pattern baldness setting.
Actually, I thought your fun fact was gonna be I've had the mushroom haircut for the whole life.
I might go bald. Yeah, that can be a fun
yeah,
fact.
It can be.
It's a fun fact. It's just like a typical Chinese boy thing. Yeah.
Okay, so if you had a time machine, what would you change about your past? You only can change one thing,
It can be like literally the most simple thing.
Yeah.
Change the one thing. Save myself some trouble. Don't take science stream.
Oh, don't take science stream.
If
That's a good one.
you would end up in a school that doesn't really look at
Yeah.
your results, then
That's quite a good one, Amos. Because
Yeah.
we both ended up in science stream, and we're both now art students in a sense.
Actually, I'm in science stream also.
Yeah, Liang also. Yeah.
But to be fair,
No, but Amos took the bio. He took like the pure.
I went full, and then
Yeah.
I got the first letter of chemistry, C for chemistry. That was exactly my grade.
That's okay.
yeah.
That's okay, dude.
I mean, I enjoy sciences, And I feel like the part of the reason why I didn't take art stream is because of the environment. I'm not saying it's like a bad class or like a bad bunch to be in. I just feel like I want to be with more people, and art stream usually it's quite little in a way.
Yeah, I understand. Now, okay.
Okay, now it's a mini game time. You know,
Let's
we
go.
don't have enough time.
Yeah,
but
so we do one.
we do one.
one
Okay,
round.
so I will describe a movie, and then without stating any character names and actors or movie title,
I have
then
to
you
guess
need to
the
guess
movie.
it.
Oh.
I think how it this works, because we only got one round, is he'll describe the movie, we'll both have our guesses and we'll both say it at the same time. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's how it should work. Now, Liang, you can
Wow.
begin.
Then I need to choose
Choose one. Yeah.
choose one. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, just one.
The dog got killed.
What? My primary school?
Okay,
It's a movie. It's a movie.
Is that the whole thing?
The dog got killed.
Is that the whole thing?
Okay.
Or is there more?
There's more. But I'm thinking a way, you know, to make it.
I think I know the answer already.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Then I think that's it.
that's
That's
it,
it.
that's it.
Yeah.
Hello?
You guys have an answer already. I think.
Ready?
Wait,
So-
what?
So
Okay.
should we say it on 3, Amos?
Sure.
Yeah, I count. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
I am
John Wick.
Legend. Oh yeah, John Wick. Oh man.
Correct, John Wick.
Yes, it's John Wick. But
Yes.
I'm Legend is correct also.
I
but-
Legend is
but-
not bad, but
Yeah.
but like John Wick,
Oh, yeah,
the dog
John
dies
Wick
at the
though.
start.
Yeah, that's
how
the whole
movie
thing,
starts.
right?
Yeah, I Am
Right,
Legend
right.
is a spoiler, but he just spoiled it for everyone.
Oh yeah, the dog.
Yeah, the dog. He spoiled it for everyone.
Yeah, Will Smith dies in it too. Okay.
No, he does. Wait, does he?
He does. He turns into a zombie.
I think
you
there's
know?
like an alternate ending. Where he
Yeah,
dies.
Oh,
so
right,
alternate-
right.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, that movie. Oh, I thought it was like Hachiko or something. I don't know.
Hachiko?
I mean,
And
I
the
think
first
it's.
Oh yeah, Hachiko. Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's pretty
Hachiko,
funny
yeah.
that
Oh,
when
Marley.
he,
Oh, sorry, Marley and me. I thought because the dog dies. In
yeah, when he
Marley.
met, like it is only when he meets the girl and falls in love with her, then he dies. It's pretty funny. It's a pretty sad
Okay.
ending.
Yeah, it is. Now, okay, we've unfortunately run out of time. So, Amos,
Yay.
thank you so much for coming on our show today. We would like to wish you the best in anything you do going forward, all your ventures into
That's so
arts.
nice.
And then you
Yeah.
won't go bored also.
Yeah, hopefully you don't go bored too
Yeah.
soon. Amos.
Yeah, funny. Please don't go bald.
Yeah, don't go bored, guys. Yeah. Anyway, to our listeners, remember that everyone has a story to tell. That means you. So don't ever think that you are worth any less than anyone else.
That's
You're
right.
listening to Fillet O Friday here on Sun4U. Stay tuned for more after this break.
That was fun.
Every minute, forests the size of 30 football fields disappear. That's habitats lost, species gone, and our planet gasping for air. But you can turn the tide, support sustainable products, demand deforestation-free policies. Together, we can rewrite time. Act now, our forests can't wait. Hashtag Save the Wild by WWF.org.
生按了。And hello, guys. Welcome back to another segment of Sunway Profiles. And my name is Claire, your host. And today I have a very special guest. I mean, all the guests that, come on this segment is very special to me. But today, this is especially very special because he's my mentor for this final semester. And also, he is someone that I look up to. And also, I can talk to like very freely and very friendly. We have none other than Mr. Shawal.
Hello, what's up, everyone?
So,
Yeah.
Mr. Shawal is actually one of my lecturers. So, he's been teaching me this subject called celebrity culture. But, Mr. Shawal, can you give us a short introduction? Because I don't want to spoil the audience,
Okay. Okay, you guys can check out my full name on the website itself, but my full name is Muhammad Shawal bin Abdul Rashid, but you can call me Mr. Shawal. And I think most of my friends will call me Shawal. And my background is in celebrity culture, pop culture basically, and journalism.
So, can you tell me, like, how did you end up being in Sunway University as a lecturer?
Hello? Yep. Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
So sorry,
Alright.
guys. Technical issue.
Okay.
So, can you give me a little background on how you ended up being on the Sunway grounds as a lecturer, and also, like, how did you ended up being teaching celebrity culture itself?
Okay, so I think right after I finished my universities, I went into the industry for a while, and I was basically a journalist for a few magazines.
Wow,
And
journalist.
after that, I decided to leave the industry and go back into academia, and went to several university, and now I'm here in Sunway University.
So, how does it feel like transitioning from like the corporate scene to academia itself?
Haha, not exactly corporate. When I was in the industry, it's more journalism. So basically, I was out and about. There's no such thing as wearing, collar shirt, like formal. Mostly, I will be in jeans and t-shirt like I am today. But in academia, it's much more slightly rigid, less formal but slightly rigid. Yeah.
Would you
But, yeah.
say that like the industry experience that you get sort of like inspire you in a way to teach celebrity culture itself, this subject?
Actually, when I was younger, I did had some vision of myself teaching, but I wasn't really thinking about it until I went to university, and my lecturer was like, "You actually have a knack. You actually have a voice to be a lecturer. So maybe you want to, sway yourself towards that line." Yeah.
Okay, so other than celebrity culture, which like I'm by the way, I'm in his class, but like other than celebrity culture, what kind of subjects do you actually teach?
Oh, I teach several subjects here. Celebrity culture, mass communication, corporate communication, and communication theory.
But would you say celebrity culture is one of your like top?
I wish, but no.
Oh no! So which subject is like your like favorite?
My favorite is, surprisingly, is com theory.
Oh no, it's com
Yeah,
theory.
I know it's a bit boring, but com theory gives a background to whatever that we're doing.
Oh,
Okay.
so it's sort of linked to what you actually experience in the industry, and you
Yeah.
want to give back to like you want to teach your students about
Yeah,
it.
whatever that is happening in the industry, whatever that is happening in the communication world, you can always link it back to some sort of theory.
Also, guys, please when you take com theory, take the elective celebrity culture as well, because it's related. So he'll give you all the industry insights and the secrets and whatnot. Like
Yep,
we
yep.
hear a lot of secrets in class, by the way. Anyways, I just want to ask, have you ever, since you like celebrity culture a lot, right, have you ever thought of like, oops, I want to be a celebrity, that's why or like what made you so interested in celebrity culture itself?
I mean, I guess that's how I end up in the industry at first, because I never wanted to be a celebrity, like an actress or singer, but I do really want to be like an editor-in-chief of a fashion magazine, for example. I really want that job before, and I shifted myself and my goal towards that line before, and I had a fun few years in the industry. Yeah.
Wow. So like
tracing back, you were saying like you didn't want to be a celebrity, but you sort of want to have the context of the celebrity, right? You want to be in that circle, but you don't want to be like known to the world.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
mean it's
mysterious.
glamorous.
Yeah, that's
You know,
glamorous
you
and
cannot
mysterious.
you cannot say no to that. You know.
Yeah.
There's
The
there's
tea, the income,
not just the tea. It's just fun. You know, from the outside it looks fun.
really.
Yeah.
Well, from the inside, I don't know. But anyways, so as someone who teaches celebrity culture, I would say like, how long have you been teaching this subject itself?
Oh, this subject I only started teaching here in Sunway, but I incorporate some of it in my previous university as well. So I don't know, 7 years.
Okay, so throughout the 6 to 7 years, right? How would you say like your students perceive this subject? Do they think that celebrity culture is just like, oh, gossip and like, oh, latest news, people trying to like create publicity and whatnot? What is the response that you usually get for the past 6, 7 years?
This is why I love teaching theory, because when you see from the outside, it's just, you know, glams, gossips and all that. But from the inside, there's always like a specific thing that happened with something. You can always pinpoint to a theory set to this, whatever that is happening in the celebrity world itself, you know. For example, the parasocial relationship, the glitz and glamour, and then yeah.
So what do you think about like, you know, when your students say something that is very heavy? Because I'm in his class, right? So every week he would come and say, okay guys, what's the latest celebrity news? And in my mind sometimes I go blank lah, because I don't actually keep up with 100% of celebrity news, but because of this class, right, I'm every week looking up, you know. So I'll be like, oh, one of the Grey's Anatomy actress, she actually got a PhD, yada yada. It would be something very random, but he's very accepting, and he'll be like, oh yeah, that's a news, as long as it's a celebrity, right?
Yeah.
So like I remember like there'll be some heavy news that, you know, I'm not gonna mention here, but how do you actually teach your students to approach like the heavy news itself, and how do you respond to that kind of heavy news?
For example, I would say cancel culture. There was always like a discussion about this, you know, like, can someone be actually cancelled? So this is a bit of a heavy discussion in class usually. So usually I would love to hear students, you know, outlook about cancel culture, for example. Do you accept it, or would you be open to receiving, seeing the celebrity in a new light, for example? Would you be able to see that, or do you still have whatever they did before? Would that be impacting how you see them in the future?
So would you say that like you sort of teach students in a way that, okay, celebrities are also human, they have to be accepted for whoever they are, forgiven for their mistakes, but also like, you know, sort of see it in a different angle? Would you say that?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, first and foremost, they're not just products, you know. Whenever
That's
we
true.
discuss celebrity, we always think about them as a product. For example, when we discuss about Taylor Swift, Kim Kardashian, it's always like sometimes we discuss all these female celebrities, there's always some sort of sexism going on, you know.
Yeah.
So we need to see them as a human before we delve into what they're doing.
Wow,
Yeah.
very mindful, very demure. Yeah, actually that's very true. You know, a lot of people forget that celebrities are actually human, that have like a past of like having different dreams, and they ended up being here, but maybe that is also their dream, you know. So I guess we all just have to be very understanding and supportive in a way, to see like another angle that we are all humans. Yeah, be kind, guys. Don't leave a hate comment. They're also human. They'll break down, you know. Yeah. So in your like, I hear you mentioning about Western culture, especially Western celebrities, a lot. Other than Western celebrities, what kind of what kind of culture of celebrities do you also watch or like keep up with?
Okay. I'm very heavy on Western celebrity culture, so perhaps, you know, US or UK. But sometimes I do go
Wait,
back.
before you answer that,
Mhm.
who is your favorite celebrity growing up?
Oh, Britney.
Oh, Britney Spears.
Yes.
Britney. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. What was the question just now?
Would you say that what are the
Oh,
different
okay.
kind of culture that
Yeah.
you see?
So perhaps, obviously, I also get news about K-pop, you know, and sometimes from surprisingly, I get news from India about the Bollywood world, and obviously, sometimes I also go back to local news, you know, to see what's happening inside in the Malaysia industry, because the Malaysia industry is quite the gossip is quite brutal, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So would you say that we all have to keep up with different culture of celebrity news?
Well, not necessarily if you're into it, but sometimes it's good to open yourself up to other worlds and see what they're doing, and in some ways relate it back to whatever that you're looking at.
Yeah, because I would say that different cultures handle celebrity culture differently. Like
Yes.
Korea and the Western is like
Yeah.
different. Like for the Asian side, we have to portray like a very
Yeah.
perfected thing. But for the the Western and the European side, they're so free to express their speech about political.
For example, you can
views.
say that if you look at Korean celebrity, right, they have to be prim and proper. I mean, they were groomed from what they were kids to be a celebrity, right? But if you look at the US, for example, they're more open towards authenticity. So because we can sell that, differentiation, individuality, and it's not like Asian culture, which is more group.
Yeah, I would say in a way that observation is very good. But to me, it's like when I sort of see two different cultures in celebrity culture, it sort of gives me an inspiration. Like for the Western culture, it inspires me to be much more authentic and open. That's when my like brave side come out. But when it comes to like the Asian side, I would say like it teaches me to be poised, polite, to put
Yeah.
up a show and be upfront. Not a show, but like politeness that is there lah. So like I think it's very good that you mentioned two different cultures are very important to look at. So, talking about celebrity culture itself, have you ever teach someone? Okay, this might be like tea, but have you ever teach someone that is already an influencer or like it's starting to be, a very hot topic person, and he or she is part of your class?
Oh,
You can don't mention their names, but you can tell me
I'm not
your
sure.
experience.
I'm not sure in some way, but I remember in my previous university, I do have several students who are, I would say, micro influencer, yeah, because 100,000 followers.
100,000 is, I don't think it's micro anymore.
Is it? I don't
Micro
know.
is like less than 10k. I don't know.
This is 100k, and she was everywhere. I remember that. I remember seeing her videos when I'm browsing TikTok and whatever. I mean, I had a friend. I think we discussed it in class. For example, Sedi. Out of nowhere, we were friends before, and then a few years later, he started gaining momentum on social media, and now he's what? I think he got 100 to 200,000 followers now.
He ain't micro. He's like
he and micro, yes.
he's like macro now. So like he's like I think the recent interview he did was like with Jurassic Park or
yeah,
something.
he went to US.
Yeah. And I remember watching his interview, he was like, before the interview end, he said like, oh, I have to take a picture with you guys because nobody believes me that I'm coming here. So he's like proving to people sort of like he's macro, but yeah, he's very fun to watch.
I mean, it's so funny because he was posting on social media, right? About he's going somewhere, and the moment he said, thank you to Universal International Picture, I think, for this trip, and I was like, are you interviewing the Jurassic Park?
Oh no, he leaked that out before he even go there. Oh no, okay. So like we talk so much about celebrities like Malaysian, Western, or even like K-pop and whatnot. Have your students ever like debate like about a certain topic? Be like, no, that's not true. I'm a fan of her. Like she's not like that. But no, the media said that. Like, have you ever encountered that?
Actually, not really.
Would you want that? Wouldn't you want that?
Probably, I don't know. I think maybe if I open up about, I don't know, Beyonce, I guess, there will be a heavy discussion.
Ooh, Beyonce.
Beyonce versus Taylor Swift. Okay, what's happened? Or perhaps Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B. Or I did have a slight conversation about gender expressive when it comes to celebrity.
Yeah,
like, how do you approach that? Like, how do you approach people to actually, like call them appropriately? He, she, they. Yeah.
So you think that in sort of way you do teach your students to respect them like as humans, like just to circle around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that Mr. Shawa keeps his class very respectfully, but it's also an open space for us to talk about different things that that we can relate to, or like we're struggling.
There's always this negative or negative presumptions towards being woke, being liberal. But I feel like being liberal has helped me to understand my student better.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a very good. Yeah, that's a very good input. So, like, you teach celebrity culture for like so many years and whatnot, and your academia experience is like, quite a very long time lah. But I wouldn't, spill his age anyway. Anyway, I would ask you: have you ever taught someone that and you feel like, oh, this student has he or she can actually be a celebrity, but they don't know it yet. They have the star quality.
Ooh.
Me, say me.
Perhaps, do you want to try? Yeah.
Okay.
I remember, not here, I can't recall here because I have too many students here. But in my previous university, our class is quite small. So I did have students. He had the look.
Oh.
He had the look, yeah.
But he doesn't know that he has a look.
He had the look. He had the what do you call it? The personality already. He just need to work on his angle, on his stories. So I think now he's been getting a lot of followers. He's been working in the industry right now.
Wow. So have you ever told him that, hey, actually you have the potential to be a celebrity, but you just need to fix this, that?
I didn't say that directly, but I told him to try it out. He did try out Hero Remaja and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's
I have a story. I have a story.
Spill.
Okay, not really spill. More like this is my previous student as well. He liked modeling. He's tall, he's like 6'5", I think, and very skinny.
Rare
and then
species.
he was like, he told me that he wanted to model, and then that's it lah. So when he was under student exchange to the UK, so he told me that I'm going to try out at this agency. And I'm like, just go, just try. You never know, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Now he's worked for LV. He's worked for a lot. Actually, he's
was
quite
he
well
on
known
the
now.
recent news? Like one of the Malaysians that went to LV. Wait, guys, look it up.
Yeah,
I think it's one of
Rizwan,
Mr.
I think
Shawal's
Rizwan,
ex-students.
yeah. That's his name.
That's
He's
insane.
he's a big model now. In Malaysia, I think he's one of the top 10. Yeah.
Highest. One of
That
the
was
top
like
10.
he was my student like 2-3 years ago, which is not that long,
Wow.
Now he's a big name.
Wow, guys, take Mr. Shawal's class. You can get so much advice.
I didn't do anything. I just push him. That's it.
Yeah, that kind of push is needed, It's very rare. Oh my goodness, he's one of the top 10 now. Guys, go and check him out. I'm not going to review his name. Go and search it up. Like LV, just search his name up. Okay, one last question before we move on to the others, other
Segments.
part.
Okay.
What is one of the advice that you would give students that want to be part of the media industry, whether it's a celebrity or like editor that that is one of your dream jobs, right, when you were younger? Yeah, so what kind of advice would you give? Like what kind of qualities, character, and also maybe work ethic? Yeah.
I would say just be open to learn. Seriously, be open to learn. There's a lot to learn the moment you step into the industry. Think of it as a blank canvas. Learn everything.
Wow.
And or if you have nothing to do, if you guys are going for internship later, right? If you guys are doing nothing, I know it's fun to not do anything, but always ask them if you can do something simple. I remember when I was doing my internship, I had nothing to do the first week. I had nothing. Literally, I was like, what do I do? And then they were like, and then in the end, I just approached my editor, and then he was like, can you browse through all the magazine and see what we can do in the future. Yeah, so I did that and learned a lot actually.
So basically, just be proactive, open to learn.
Yeah, be proactive and be nice to people. I mean, never know,
Oh.
right? The industry is brutal, so being nice is a good thing.
Okay, so let's move on to this last segment of the game, which is a surprise that I told Mr. Shawal, but I never tell him the actual thing. So we will be playing an impersonation game. You would have to impersonate celebrities, but I'll give you a prompt, okay? And you have to act it out. I mean, like voice it out in a sense because we're in a radio, right? So the first one would be, wait, are you ready now?
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
Get your break started. Okay. The first one would be, you're Kim Kardashian and ordering nasi lemak at a mamak stall. Give me an impersonation on how would Kim K order nasi lemak in a mamak stall.
Hi. I would like to have a nasi lemak.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she always does that.
Yeah. It's always that long, elongate wording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, since
What
you're
else?
a Britney fan, I would say, can you impersonate how Britney would be if she's stuck in a campus elevator.
She's just probably twirling around.
She wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, no, she would say something, but I think she would be shady. But I don't know. Okay, she have this raspy voice like, guys, I
Okay.
think we're stuck in the elevator. Oh, she had a British accent. I forgot about that. The weird British accent.
Wow. Okay. So, last one would be, imagine you're Beyonce visiting Sunway campus.
Okay.
So, like, what do you think she will say when she when her feet touches the Sunway grounds?
She will be just levitated,
She wouldn't say a thing.
Huh?
She wouldn't say a thing.
I don't know how to personify Beyonce. Like, how do you say Beyonce?
I guess when she stepped on the Sunway, she'd be like, everybody, oh, single ladies. I don't know. Like, every time when I see Beyonce, she's on stage, it feels like the win is a paid actor. I don't know why. Every time when she steps on stage, I feel like that is a win. Yeah.
Somebody's gonna get fired.
Oh.
She would say that.
Yeah. Okay, that's it for our segment. I hope you have fun, Mr.
Thank
Shawal.
you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I'm so happy, they actually agreed to this. And thank you so much, guys, for listening to Sunway Profiles. I'm your host, Claire, and please follow us on our social media page, such as, Instagram and whatnot. So please keep up with us and see you on the next segment. Hopefully we have more and amazing fun guests. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So let's take a selfie.
Hey, Sun4U fam. You're listening to Hallway Debates, and I'm your host Jay here with a feel-good reminder that could totally transform your loony life. Signed up, showed up, glowed up. And trust me, it's not just a catchy title, but it's a whole vibe. Okay, let's be real. Uni life feels like being dropped into a whirlwind. New faces, new classes, new routines, and if you're anything like me in first week, you probably find yourself eating alone in cafeteria, pretending to scroll your phone just to avoid that awkward eye contact. Yep, we have all been there. But what if I told you there's one simple move that can flip your lonely lunch into a lifelong friendship, that can turn your meh weeks into a wow semesters? Yes, guys, the idea is join a club. That's right. Club aren't just to enhance your resume or to those overly enthusiastic people who wear matching t-shirts. Ha, no. Clubs are for everyone. And they're honestly one of the best kept secrets to thriving at a university. When I signed up for my first club, totally on impulse at the student fair, by the way, I had no idea it would lead me to some of the most amazing people I've met and people I now call friends, group project lifesavers, or even the mama gang. Now, let me share you guys about my first club joining experience. It was 2023 and I'm entering my second year, and I was still clueless on like I'm going to my classes, I'm going back home, I'm doing my assignments, but there's nothing more exciting than that. And there, I attended the CNS Carnival. I was looking for the clubs that I could join, basically looking for the potential club that I can join. And there goes, I first joined the Indian Cultural Society. Well, your girl was quite active and being the vice president during back in her high school Indian Cultural Society. So I felt that why not we bring it here. I joined the club, I signed up to become the committee, they had an interview, and I got selected as events executive. Trust me, that one term gave me lifelong lessons, lifelong lasting friendships, and a lifelong memories, happy memories that I can live on forever. See, it's not just about the activity, whether it's debate, volunteering, organizing events, or even playing chess. It's about the energy, it's the connection, and most importantly, it's about discovering the version of you that glow ups with every meeting, every event, every high five. If you're feeling a little lost, little unsure, or little bored, try showing up. Even if you don't know anyone yet, even if you are nervous, even if you think, hey, it's not really my thing. Because sometimes your thing is waiting where you least expect it. And here's the plot twist. Club don't just build friendships, they build you. Public speaking? Boom! You're practicing it every week at the Toastmasters meeting. Event planning? You're running a whole campus carnival, or you are running a Deepavali night, a Chinese New Year carnival with your club mates. Teamwork, leadership, confidence, yeah, all are part of the glow up package. So, here's the takeaway, friends. Clubs are more than hobbies. Clubs, they are confident boosters. They are community builders. They are your backstage pass to an unforgettable university experience. And now, guys, you need to sign up, you show up, and most of us have already done signing up, done showing up. But now, get ready to get a grow up. And yeah, guys,
That's all from today on Hallway Debates. If this gave you that little push, the little push you needed, go check out at the Uni's Club directory, Insta pages, or just wait for the next CNS Carnival. See you guys. I hope to see everyone active in any clubs. Until then, bye and stay glowing, fam. Bye bye.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Behind Closed Tabs.
Hi everyone, and I'm your RJKK here today, and
I'm Eunice. Hi.
Yeah. All right, good day. Hope everyone is eaten and have a great day ahead.
Yep, so today we are tackling two big topics that are often skipped in school sex ed. So the first topic will be sexual health for the LGBTQ plus community, and the second one will be why consent isn't a one-time yes, and how safe words will help protect the boundaries.
Yep, exactly, Eunice. So we are here to dissect and decode lots of things about sex, bodies, and being a human. Real conversations in your Behind Closed Tabs. So segment 1, let's straight away jump into it. LGBTQ and sexual health. What schools don't teach us. You know, Eunice,
Yeah.
the most interesting part about it is most sex education is written with one image in mind. like cisgender or a heterosexual boy and a girl in a relationship kind
Yeah,
of thing.
it's always
Yeah.
like in a setting already.
I know. Even we have been talking about this heterosexual stuff for the past few weeks. I think this is our 8th episode here. And thank you for your support, guys, once again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that leaves a lot of people asking, what about me? How do I stay safe? Is this normal? Kind of question for LGBTQ community. So, yep. Let's fix that with a few key truths here. And the first one is LGBTQ and the people that need to be tailored and inclusive with sex education as well. So not everyone's anatomy, identity, or even experience fits the standard model, Eunice.
Yeah, like
So what do you think? Yeah.
the normal setting.
Yeah.
So,
and yeah.
as for the LGBTQ plus community, they view sex as liberation and self-discovery. For some that hasn't been out the closet yet, like when they are still in confusion on their own preference, they are often forced into heteronormativity.
I agree with that actually,
Do you
because
agree?
it's not an easy thing to come out. You know the term come out is like
Yeah, and
actually
they
for
are-
them to come out and say.
And they have always been taught that way.
Yeah, they have been, how to say,
Like boy need to like
discriminated.
girl, girl need to like boy only.
Yeah.
Like there's no girl like girl, boy like boy.
Yeah, and even transgenders as well. So like it has been a never-ending discrimination against these people from LGBTQ, and that is something we should change, and I think we should normalize if they really
Yeah.
are one of them,
Yes.
and appreciate them, embrace them in the society.
Although our country is not that open yet.
Yeah, but okay, that's a bit political, but I
Yeah.
don't think we have to go there. But yeah, lesbian and bi women still need protection from STIs as well. Like it's not only for heterosexual boy and girl. So they use these dental dams and gloves, and also they have to get tested regularly as well.
Same as us as well.
Yeah,
We need to
same
get
as
that
us.
tested
Yeah,
regularly.
and also same goes to gay or bi men. They need information about like PrEP, which is pre-exposure prophylaxis, if I'm not mistaken, that's how we pronounce it. A daily pill that reduces HIV risk over 99% during sex. And the most important part here, the trans and non-binary folks may experience body dysphoria as well. Conversations about consent and comfort become even more crucial. Just because they are trans or they are like non-binary people, it doesn't mean that we have to take advantage on them and just have
yeah,
to,
they are also a person. We need to respect.
human being. So we have to respect their feelings. Because nowadays, I think people are always like having this bully mentality
Yes.
towards them.
They
and
always feel like they are more superior
yeah,
than them.
yeah, correct. I know, right? And they kind of disregard them endlessly and disgrace them.
Guys,
in
just be
public setting.
kind.
Yeah, kindness is one thing that will heal the world, I believe. So let's
Love,
be
love.
kind. Yeah.
Peace and love.
Yeah, peace, kind, peace, love. I know we are not here to preach or what, but yeah, please take this into
Yeah,
consideration.
peace and love, guys.
Yeah.
So sexual health is not just about pregnancy, it's about pleasure, protection and respect. Just like we mentioned just now, regardless of gender or orientation.
I agreed, Eunice.
So queer
Okay, call
Cool.
it choir pleasure, I guess. Yeah.
okay. Choir?
Yeah, I pronounce it that way. Yeah.
Choir I think it's queer.
Choir,
Queer.
right?
Queer.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Choir choir
It's real.
pleasure. Like, yeah.
It's real and valid. So sex isn't just a penetration, it's literally beyond reproduction to these people. So it's about touch, emotional connection, shared vulnerability, and many types of physical intimacy.
Exactly. Pleasure doesn't require a penis or a vagina,
Yeah.
Like, it requires trust, communication, and consent. We have been talking about consent since day one.
Yes,
Since the day we
guys,
started this
consent.
episode, yeah.
It's really important.
Important. And they prioritize ongoing negotiation of boundaries and desires rather than just let their body control their mind. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Without them having the time to react.
Yes.
Yeah.
So remember, you don't have to be sexually active to be valid in your identity.
Yeah, just come out and yeah.
Just
it's,
be you.
It's not an easy thing for them to come out because the acceptance is not there yet. Like in our
Yeah.
society, especially in Malaysia I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But still I've been seeing like celebrities or influencers from Malaysia who has been like coming out boldly out there and talking
I
for
was
themselves.
shocked, some of them
Yeah.
I was like, I thought he was like
straight,
and then he come out as gay. I was okay, but I respect
yeah,
that,
you have
I
to
respect.
you have to appreciate. So the acceptance in our society is not there yet, I would say. Like, okay, we don't
But
have
it's
to go to
okay.
America or any other country. Just talk about our country, like our university as well. How much do people accept LGBTQ plus community in our university? What do you think?
I think they are
In
quite.
our very own campus.
I think they are okay actually by
Yeah.
accepting like
It-
the LGBTQ plus.
Yeah, they accept
community.
as a friend, but I don't think they, how to say, they are completely okay with, like, some of them, they have this homophobic kind of thing that they don't even go near them.
I
I've seen
haven't
some-
had that experience before, but
Yeah.
so far, I think these people are so
Yeah.
kind, so
Yeah.
loving. Yeah.
We have a very, how to say, a pre-image on them, like a mindset on them that they are this way. Actually, no. Like, they are human beings as us as well.
yeah.
And it's not necessarily for us to discriminate or be disgusted with whatever, because the way they react, these guys are really disgusting. The guys who are going against this community, I would say, or girls. Yep.
Yeah, guys, just be
So,
kind
yeah.
and treat everyone else like a human being.
They might
Like-
have their own opinion, but respect is the mutual
Yeah,
thing that
just
I feel.
respect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
now,
so what is a safe word, KK?
okay, let's go with the biggest segment for today: concern and safe words, right? And why yes can still mean stop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's go. Now let's talk about something everyone should know. It's very important, and no matter your identity,
Yeah,
right?
so a safe word is a pre-agreed word or signal that means stop immediately, no questions, I don't feel safe or comfortable. It works best when the activity involves power dynamics, kink, or just intense emotions. But honestly, KK, every couple should have one. Do you agree?
I actually agree. Like, the safe word is very, very important when you're having, in the moment, when you're having this intimate moment. Actually, thank you, Joy. If Joy is listening to this is especially for you, since you have requested to talk about safe words and consent.
Yeah.
I received lots of DMs actually on my IG.
Oh, okay.
So like, Joy was like the one of the member who wanted to talk about safe word.
Mhm.
Like, it would be helpful, it seems. So thank you for the suggestion, and this is for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, not only for you, for everyone else, but thank you.
Thank you for bringing this up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it works best when the activity involves like power dynamics, like kink or just intense emotion, hardcore, all these, sometimes BDSM stuff. You know what's BDSM, right?
I know, I know.
So, yeah. So, I mean, we'll talk about that in the following episode. What is BDSM? We'll get into details. But
Yeah.
but honestly, every couple should have one, even during sex.
Can you
Like,
come up with one safe word right now?
I would say vanilla.
Vanilla
I just example. Or
means
maybe we
means
can,
means stop.
yeah, like you have to stop when the moment you say vanilla.
Maybe
Or
I'd be like, I want to
the
eat,
guys.
then stop.
Maybe yeah. Actually, yeah. That's how it works. Actually. If it stop, it stop. Or maybe you can
I'm
say
hungry.
like
Like that. I'm hungry.
yeah. There's this
Yeah,
red
okay.
lorry, yellow lorry kind of thing, So you can use
yeah.
colors in it. Like red, red is like a full stop. It's a complete stop. Like, if the moment your partner, it's a guy, either a guy or a girl.
Mm-hmm.
If she says red, then you stop it. Yellow is like you have to pause or slow
But
down.
people normally say this.
It depends. Actually, depends on the couple.
Yeah,
intimacy,
I think when you guys are like
Yeah, you guys can have-
communicating, maybe can bring up the safe
Yeah,
word.
exactly.
And then like maybe you say, if I said I'm hungry means stop.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's something unique, I guess. But yeah, and green is all good though. But actually, like normally couples, they just say like slow.
All good. Yeah,
just say
yeah.
slow, like or harder. Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
depends on how they describe the moment though.
But sometimes they say stop is like just stop.
Yeah, you have to just stop. The moment
Yeah.
they say stop or they are in pain, if you realize they are in pain, then you stop. Yeah. So as we say, like, consent is an ongoing reversible.
Just because someone said yes earlier doesn't mean it's a yes forever. You
Mm.
can withdraw consent if you feel pain, if your mental state changes, if something unexpected happens. Let's say I don't know, maybe your dog barks or something.
Like, or maybe like how to say, like, if the position is quite straining for, like, like some.
Yeah, maybe I'm going to I'm about to have a cramp.
Yeah, about to have a cramp. Yeah, exactly. Or maybe like an extensive position, like, or
Yeah.
when your partner crosses a boundary, that's when you have to say stop.
Yeah. It's
Safe
okay to say stop actually.
Yeah, safe words are so powerful. They are clear signal in the middle of something intimate, I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, please do have safe words. Yeah, all right. And please respect the boundaries and the consent, as we have mentioned.
It's ongoing,
Please
guys.
go and listen to our previous episode. You know how much we are emphasizing on consent.
Yep.
Yeah. And how to talk about safe words with your partner. Before anything physical, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just say, hey, if either of us feels uncomfortable, let's use a safe word. Maybe red and yellow, or maybe vanilla indeed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe you can just go
I'm
with
hungry.
this. I'm not hungry. Okay. By the time you finish, I'm not hungry. I think he would have like completed whatever he wanted to
hungry.
achieve though. Too long though. Yeah,
Oh
and
my God.
we can also be like, let's check in with each other if anything feels off. Or maybe would
Mm.
you feel okay using a pause word if you needed to stop? Like communication matters. Like
Yeah.
safe words is very, very important. You have to communicate with your partner before you get inside it. And that's not awkward, that's maturity, I feel. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's a sense of. It's also a sign to show that someone is mature. You know,
Yeah.
like bringing these things up. It's not like, I don't think it's like cringy or like inappropriate, because it's like something you can, how do you say, like be clear with, without any accident happen afterwards.
Correct, I agree.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think like I will be bringing up more on LGBTQ plus community next week,
Mhm.
and also BDSM.
BDSM.
Yeah, we will
Okay.
combine this in our next episode.
I feel
Please.
shy saying that word. Oh my god.
Oh my god, you're
Okay.
blushing, Eunice.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, by the way, so let's be clear, guys. Everyone deserves inclusive and shame-free sex education. That's what I strongly emphasize. That's the reason we started this episode.
Yes,
And-
and LGBTQ plus community people shouldn't be left out of the conversation. Guys, they are also human. We treat them as a human. Yeah.
We'll talk more about them next week. And consent isn't just a one-time agreement, guys. It's a constant caring and check-in.
We
please.
literally mention this like every episode.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, whether it's true your identity or your boundaries, your voice matters. And please speak up, listen harder, and always make space for no. Even when things were going great just a minute ago. A
Yeah.
no means no.
Yes.
A no means no. That's it. No
It's
is a
okay to
statement.
say
yeah.
no. To say
Yeah.
no. So
You don't need a reason. No means no. That's it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's your your body, your choice, guys.
Exactly. So, like, if you got any more questions, guys, please DM us anonymously, or you can mention our name at my Instagram handle. I am Kishan KK _ or you can also come to our official Instagram handle, Sun4U Official. Yep.
Yeah.
And catch this episode and more on Sun4U Official YouTube live stream, because we have been on YouTube for the past months, I guess.
Yeah, but
And-
we've been on and off.
Yeah, I mean,
For
due
2
to the
weeks.
holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were public holidays, so we couldn't because there was Awal Muharram holidays, right? Yep.
Yeah.
And you have been listening to Behind Closed Tabs, and this week,
We've talked about being seen, being safe, and being heard.
well
Until
said.
next time, stay informed, stay curious, and above all, stay kind. I'm Eunice.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening, guys. Stay tuned, and I'm your JKK. Signing off.
listening to Fillet O Friday here on Sun4U Radio, and today we bring to you a special segment with Professor Kevin from Queensland University of Technology in Australia. Hello, Professor. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, to begin, can you just sort of introduce yourself to our listeners and sort of tell us a bit about your background and maybe your field of study?
Sure. As you just heard, I am a professor at the Queensland University of Technology in the School of Communication. I obviously am not Australian. I am American, but I have lived in Australia and worked at QUT for the past 10 years. Before that, I was at the University of California. I am a media industries scholar. So my research has looked at working conditions and labor practices in the film and television industries and how those practices and routines and conditions are changing as a result of globalization, as a result of new technology, and specifically what that means for the workers who make their living in this context.
So could you tell us a bit about what about the industry that excites you the most about it, right? In today's climate, basically.
In today's context, what excites me most about the industry, I think what's interesting about the industry today, particularly the film and television industry, is just how global it is. We have access to just how global and just how diverse it is. We have access to a number of different forms of content from a number of different sources or providers of that content. And so we are not short on choice. And I think that, what's exciting is that not only is there something for everybody out there to consume, but I think for those who are interested in having a career or a profession in this space, there are a number of models or another number of examples that are available for them to follow, for them to model themselves after, and for them to figure out how to do it in a way that's different and distinct and unique to them. I think it's a really, really exciting time.
Now, speaking on that, so I want to know from your perspective. So obviously short form videos is sort of changing viewing habits around the world nowadays. So what emerging trends on like TikToks or Reels or Shorts do you think that students or maybe creators should keep an eye on in the next few years, let's say?
No, that's a really good question. Pardon me. That's a really, really good question. And I think I'm going to try not to answer it like a professor, but I'll give you what my initial thoughts are that my advice would be not to get too focused on any particular trends, right? But to think bigger and to recognize that whatever the trend is that you're watching, that it's part of a much bigger transformation in how media is being created, in how media is being monetized, how media is being circulated and consumed. Anybody can mimic a trend, right? Anybody can do what they see on TikTok or what they see on YouTube. But I think folks that want to do it sustainably, who want to make a living out of it, they need to recognize the business model and the business dynamics behind that process to ensure that that they are able to make the transition from doing the trends as a hobby to actually creating content that people want to consume and doing it in a way that allows them to make a living off of it.
Okay, just a quick question. Do you have any favorite trends? Any favorite current trends on social media?
Oh, that's probably the toughest question you're going to ask me today. Any favorite trends? I was traveling. I've been traveling a lot recently, so that means that my social media engagement I've had a lot of breaks. I've not been able to sort of open up and scroll as much as I used to. And what was interesting between the two last trips, it was about a week since I was able to sort of open up Instagram. And when I opened it up, I don't know if this is a trend that excites me, but it was so noticeable now that what I'm seeing is a tremendous amount of short skits that are created by AI. Right?
I see.
They are often a little bit dark and a little bit off color, but it's just now all in every corner of my Instagram, which is the platform that I primarily use. Right. Gives probably an indication of my age, but I don't know what to make of it, and I think that's why I'm fascinated by it. It's a trend that has definitely emerged very recently, and I'm quite fascinated to try to figure out what the consequences or the implications of this trend might be.
So it's sort of like something that's ongoing, something you're still looking into, researching into, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, your research on creative labor highlights how unstable work might be for today's media professionals. So, how are independent creators and small students adopting to platform algorithms and shifting revenue models?
Yeah, look, I think some things have changed and some things have remained the same. So I'll start with what's remained the same, because most of my work is looking at folks that are working in highly commercialized industries like mainstream film and television, right? Which is a very different mode than content creation. But that being said, the things that I see as continuities is that there's a tremendous amount of hustle, right? You have to be determined in creative work, regardless of sort of what space you're actually working in. Tremendous amount of hustle, willing to sort of endure the precariousness and the financial risk that is involved as you're getting started, as you're starting out, and accept that you're sort of, particularly for content creators, you're assuming a lot of that financial risk on your own. You're trying to create your own content business, basically. But I think what's different and where I see an interesting opportunity is in the content creation space. I think that there's the ability to be rewarded much more if you can train yourself to be a savvy entrepreneur, right? If you can understand how to run a small business, if you can understand how to monetize what it is that you're doing, I think that creates a much more sort of the potential for much more sustainability in that space. I also think that not just being an entrepreneur, but as part of that persona, to know how to adapt, to know how to be comfortable with change and transformation, and to be nimble and flexible and just stick with it. I think, to me, that's the exciting bit and the different bit than some of the more traditional industries.
Okay, so now a lot of screen producers in Australia, they had to, because in this streaming era, they had to kind of rethink sort of global distribution. So what lessons do you think from that that Malaysian creators can take to sort of reach a wider audience?
Yeah. So again, some continuities and differences. I think that when it comes to creative production, there's this truism that nobody knows. Nobody knows what's actually going to be successful. Nobody knows what's going to be a huge hit. And I think that's the same whether or not you are a part of the team that's creating the next Marvel movie, or you're a content creator doing a travel blog, right? There is no prescriptive recipe for what global success would look like. But what is exciting, and what I would encourage people to remember, or content creators to remember, is that there are audiences out there that are hungry for content that is distinctive, that will resonate with them. So what audience are you after? How do you imagine that audience? What are you going to create that they perceive as really, really meaningful and made sort of just for them? And just think in those ways, because those are the ingredients that are going to make something successful at a local space, make something successful in the global space. The other thing that I'll add, the last point, is that there's no shame in being successful locally, right? Yeah. Local success is just as good as global success, and if you're really interested in making that transition or speaking to both local and global audiences, the best thing that you can do is to try to be global yourself, right? Are you consuming globally? Are you taking advantages of the opportunities that are given to you to engage with people who are not from the place that you're from? And the more that you sort of integrate yourself in that cultural space, I think the easier creating that type of content will become.
Okay. Now, universities, they play a central role in preparing graduates for industry nowadays dominated by data-driven platforms. So what skills or mindsets do you believe that tertiary programs must emphasize to sort of keep pace with the change in the industry?
Yeah, I'll talk about media and communication, since that's my space. I'll let the sciences and those folks talk about their disciplines in the way that they want. Look, I think media and communication is a really, really special discipline, and distinctive discipline. We don't, some people see this as a limitation to the discipline. We don't do anything our discipline and those who study it, those who research it, those who work in it, we don't often have a tactile output. We don't have a creative artifact. We don't have a toolkit or a set of gadgets. If you're studying film production, you have a toolkit, you have gadgets, you have a creative artifact that you can point to. Media and communication doesn't really work that way. Media and communication is a discipline of ideas. It's a discipline of questions. It's a discipline of problem solving. And to me, I think that those are core foundational skills that folks need and that we need to be teaching our students so that they have the capacity to confront the change and disruption that they're likely to confront in this industry. I just gave a lecture this morning where I said the one defining feature of media and communication is that the medium, whatever that technology is, it's constantly changing, it's constantly evolving. So if I said to you, here are the 6 things that we need to teach our students today, they are likely going to be out of date by the time those students graduate. So the key for me is to make sure that I'm teaching and encouraging students to be curious, to be creative in the solutions that they come with, and really be prepared to lead themselves, their teams, their organization through technological disruption and technological change. If that doesn't appeal to you, careers in accounting are perfectly noble and rewarding, a different vibe, but I prefer communication.
Yeah. Now, finally, now the Queensland University of Technology and Sunway, they are strengthening ties this year. So what do you think are the best opportunities in terms of, say, collaborative research or student exchange in the digital media industries for students?
Yeah, look, I think that this is an opportunity for us to practice what we teach. So it's one thing for me to stand in front of a classroom and talk about all of this amazing content that's being created around the world, all of this exciting opportunity and diversity that's existing in the media and entertainment space, that is existing in the social media space. It's another thing entirely when there are people in the classroom that can bring in experiences and examples that are different from the ones that would normally get brought up, right? Those conversations, another way to put this is that those conversations about how exciting the world of media and communication is right now is only as good as the diversity that's in the classroom. And so having more folks, having more students from Sunway in our classrooms at QUT and vice versa, if they're QUT students that can come to Sunway for a visit, that's the kind of exchange that I think is the most beneficial to our conversations in the classroom and to the ability to actually appreciate just how sort of rich the world of media and communication is.
Okay. And maybe finally, this one is maybe just a question from myself. In the digital media world today, do you think that AI, especially because you spoke about AI earlier, do you think that that change can bring a more positive or negative impact?
I would encourage us not to think about it as, is it going to be positive or is it going to be negative? I think that there are a lot of questions that still exist around AI. I don't think we know what AI is yet. I think we're in a really highly experimental phase of AI, and I don't think it's something that we should put our head in the sand and pretend like it doesn't exist.
Right.
I think it's about having questions. I think it's about questioning the ways that we can incorporate AI that are meaningful and ethical and responsible. And I think that's from a professional, as speaking as a potential media and communication professional. Those are the questions you need to be asking yourself. I think as consumers, as people who love entertainment and who love content, I think the harder and the bigger question that we need to be asking ourselves is, what do we want from that content? Are we happy to consume artificial intelligence, content created by artificial intelligence, or do we still want humans involved in that process? Me personally, and I suspect that most of us that are in this space would probably opt for the latter. Sure, let's incorporate it and make use of it, but we don't want to. Creativity is such a human activity that for it to I don't think AI would ever be able to replace it, and I don't think audiences would be happy if that would be even a possibility.
All right. So anyway, I think that is all the questions we have today, Professor. Thank you so much for stopping by here at our radio station. We really appreciate you giving us your time, and we wish you the best in all your future sort of ventures.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks for having me. Come visit me in Brisbane.
Oh, of course. One day.
안녕하세요, 여러분. I'm Eunice, your host for Sunranghae. Finally, this show has made its first debut on air. So to start off with this show, we have Dujun, leader of Highlight, which is formerly known as Beast, if our old K-pop enthusiasts who knows, and Zuho, the main rapper from SF9. These two are the star for today because their birthdays today. Yay! So happy birthday, guys. Let's wish them a happy birthday under their socials on Instagram and support their work in the upcoming future. By supporting doesn't mean that you need to like pay more money to buy their album or I don't know, buy their merch or something. Showing your support can be just showing your time, giving up your time, giving your attention to their latest single or their new drama series. Yep. And next up, I have an exciting news to share with you, which is somehow a news that I would like to personally gatekeep from you guys, which is Mingyu from 17 is finally coming to Malaysia for the sneakers event only at LG2 Blue Concourse at Sunway Pyramid. So if anyone is hearing this, I hope to not see you tomorrow as the venue will be packed. No, I'm just kidding lah, guys. Join the fun, the more the merrier. Okay, besides hyping up about Mingyu, let's steer back to the upcoming dramas or ongoing dramas or movie that has been aired this week. So, we have the final season for Squid Game, which is the season 3 for Squid Game. To be honest, guys, I only watched the first season because I feel like it's really heavy and also very sad. And there's so much blood and also a little bit of disgusting for me. So yeah, but I've watched some clips from the season 2 and season 3, which I felt is also heavy. Okay, it was released last week, the 27th of June. So if you guys have watched it, you probably know that Squid Game is about like people winning the money and killing people, right? So but I recommend it to watch. But I recommend you guys to watch because it's a good show where it really explores how human will react and behave when they are in a very, very desperate situation. For example, in the Squid Game, most of the people are like in a very heavy debt, so they need the money to live a better life. So yeah. So if you guys have watched the show, let me know what you think, or maybe you can even convince me to watch the show. Yep. Okay, and just like that, guys, this is me, my fellow K enthusiasts. We've reached the bittersweet end of today's Sunranghae segment, your ultimate gateway to the hottest updates, juiciest teas, and all things K-World beaming straight from soul to soul. To your soul. But don't worry, this K-train never stops for too long. Stay tuned, stay hype, and keep those heart beating to the rhythm of K-culture. Until next time on Fillet O Friday, only on Sun4U Radio. Annyeong for now, I'm Eunice. Bye.
Welcome back to Fillet O Friday here on Sun4U Radio. Now, it's me again, Jin, your favorite host. Self-proclaimed, but hey, And this is Oi, Panas lah! The show where we listen to a hot take and determine whether it is pedas gila or original je. And today joining me is our guest from earlier, Amos.
Hello.
Now, Amos is here because he brings to us a super hot take. I think is very suitable for this radio. I think, especially for this radio. I think so.
Okay.
Without further ado, Amos, could you tell everyone your hot take?
My hot take is drum roll.
I don't know if you can hear that.
Taylor's campus is better than Sunway.
Oh my goodness! Oh my God!
Oh
Could
boy.
you? Oh my. Okay. Now let's dive into this. Taylor's campus better than Sunway. So, obviously you've been to Taylor's campus. So,
Yep.
why do you say so then?
From the times that I've been to Taylor's campus, to whether it's to visit or to chill and do work there, since my brother, he would ask me to go there to wait for him to fetch me or to pick me up after his studies, and when he has those late night sessions, I would always frequent to their Korean restaurant.
Korean restaurant, okay.
They serve a very, very, very good and absolutely banging cheese kimchi fried rice.
So that's the only reason, because the Korean they have a nice Korean restaurant.
Okay, God forbid a person like food, right? Okay, no, I feel like Taylor's their entire campus is very, very walk friendly. I'd say it's not hard to understand where you're supposed to go.
Okay.
Compared to
Sunway.
the few times I've been here, it's a bit messy, a bit confusing. Hard
Well,
to
I
navigate.
don't know. Okay. So far your reasons have been subpar, but
I
to be
mean,
fair, I know about Taylor's and the fact that they have those shops that I suppose is outside people come in, because those are normal shop lots, in a sense, right? Well, Sunway doesn't really have that, but no, I feel like that's a poor reason. I think you know what Taylor's campus, first of all, it floods all the time, doesn't it? Because of that lake.
Oh, we don't talk about that, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, well, I mean, nothing against Taylor's campus, but I'm just pointing out a fact. Of course, we're all friends at the end of the day, but yeah, but at least Sunway, I guess we won't. I don't think it's ever flooded here. Don't think it's possible to flood here.
Well, you're in the middle of the city, Jin.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, but the flash floods, Amos.
It's a small price to pay when you get to look at cute ducks and enjoy the lakeside view.
To be that's quite nice actually.
Right?
I guess there is no sort of animals in Sunway. Cute ducks, yeah. That'd be quite nice.
The only animals in Sunway are
What?
the students, am I right?
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh, Amos, how could you say this? My goodness.
Okay, my bad.
Yes. So any other reason why you think Taylor's campus is better?
I don't
Facilities?
know.
What
honestly.
you said? What
The
what?
facilities, I do like. They have better elevators. That's for
Fair.
sure.
You know what? I don't think anyone in Sunway will complain about that. To be fair,
More streamlined directions, and their library is really good. I enjoyed sleeping in it. I
Oh.
enjoyed doing work in it.
You ever slept in the Sunway library? Well, because suppose you're not allowed in actually.
Yeah, actually.
Sunway's one needs an ID. Okay.
Yep.
So wait, Taylor's you can just go in.
No, Taylor's you need an ID, but I used my brother's, so.
Oh my goodness.
But
is that ethical, Amos?
it's not ethical. But on paper, my brother was a really hardworking student for that one period of time. He always frequented the library.
So, but what does that do? So he frequented what?
I was using his ID and I frequented there. So on paper, he was the
Oh,
one.
it seemed like he was a very hardworking student. Okay, I get what you're trying to say.
But yeah.
Unfortunately, Sunway you can't because we have a facial recognition.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not just
it's a
us.
high tech over
Yeah,
here.
facial. Yeah, no,
Okay,
but it's pretty
okay.
basic tech, but
But in all honesty, I feel like Taylor's there's a more clean aesthetic to it in general. No, in a way, it's more. It feels like a. It feels like a lawyer firm kind of vibe. going
Lawyer
on.
firm.
I don't know. It's more like a.
In Sunway's like a theme park, is it?
It's you are right beside a water park.
Yeah,
Jin.
so like
Yeah, and Sunway it's more like it's a variety of things happening all together. The campus.
Okay, I think that's a fair way to look
Yeah.
at it.
But well, you can celebrate your similarities, which is you all need to take a really a really, really long walk from the BRT stations.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yep.
I think Taylor's is a lot further, unfortunately.
Taylor's is a lot further.
But yeah, we do have to take walk from. So yeah, we have something in common at the end of the day.
Yep.
So anyway, I think this hot take from you is, I think, pedas gila lah.
Pedas gila, let's
I think it's pretty
go.
spicy. I wouldn't be going around Sunway saying that though. I don't know. Maybe you might find students who agree with you. I'm not
It's
sure.
a conversation starter, but not a good conversation to start.
Yeah, it's a hell of a conversation starter. If you're looking for a debate, maybe it's the perfect conversation starter.
I'm glad that it's not really. Sunway students are more, in a way, more supportive of Sunway than Taylor's are of their own school. I feel.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Finally complimenting Sunway. My goodness.
It's good to be proud of where you are from, you know. You have all the varsity jackets going on.
Oh yes, of course. All right.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, I think that would do for this week, Amos. Thank you
Yep.
for that hot take. I'm sure you've made everyone very happy here at Sunway University.
I'm glad
right?
my hot take was pedas gila.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, now. Alright, so that is all for this week's podcast. So tune in next week to feast on more talks, giggles, music here at Fillet O Friday on Sun4U Radio. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram and YouTube at Sun4U Official for more content such as this. And with that, have a nice day, everyone, and
Goodbye.
goodbye. Yes.